What is that around the sign? Ah, it's so weird. Well, anyway, welcome back, Bros, to Bioshock. In the last episode, we acquired a research camera and a plasmid, allowing us to get old Peachy his snappies of the spider splicers that roam Neptune's bounty. In this episode, we'll be taking a ton of pictures, so sit back, relax, and say cheese. You hear that, splicers? Get ready to say cheese, because I'm gonna take your picture. And when I get out of here, I'm gonna hang it on my wall back home. Oh, we got a contender, a leadhead splicer. What do I get on this one? B stands for bitchin', and this one is a C, stands for cool. Cool, we got a new tonic, Scrounger. How it works is when you search containers for the first time and you don't find anything, you have the option to search that container again, and your chances of finding something increase. Really helpful for this area, considering there are plenty of smuggling containers that don't really contain anything when you search them the first time. So if you have Scrounger equipped, there's a better chance of you finding something. Really helpful if you want to increase your resources or consumables. So I want to take this opportunity to go more in-depth with the mechanics of the research camera. I touched on it briefly in the last episode, but seeing as how I have more time to talk about it in this episode, that's what I'm going to do. So each time you use the research camera, you are scored, with C being the lowest score you can receive and A being the highest score you can receive. You can tell when you receive a score of A when after you take the picture, you receive this sound effect. Da-da! And you can tell when the meter is completely filled when you receive this sound effect. Da! Like that. That was me trying to recreate the sound effects. But yeah, you can increase the score you receive through bonuses. You see on the top right it says bonus action shot. Whenever you're taking pictures of splicers, generally the safest way to guarantee yourself an action shot is to have them do something. In the case of the spider splicer, whenever she's moving or attacking, that is the prime time to take an action shot. Conversely, whenever you're taking a picture of a security turret, let's say, an easy way to guarantee an action shot is by zapping it with Electrobolt. Don't ask me why that counts as an action shot, but I guess it's the electricity moving through its circuitry, if I had to take a guess. Another bonus you can add to your picture is having multiple subjects in frame, or in a single shot. You saw this with the Big Daddy and the Little Sister, how I received a bonus of multiple subjects. By multiple subjects, the game just means having more than one person in frame. So, say you're taking a picture of a spider splicer, and there happens to be a leadhead splicer to the side. That would count as multiple. That would count as having multiple subjects in the shot, which will again increase my score from, let's say, a C to a B. You know. Another way to increase the meter significantly, even if you receive a low score, is having Photographer's Eye in your combat tonic slot. Photographer's Eye, pretty much what it does is it increases the score you receive every time you take a picture. And having both Photographer's Eye 1 and 2 in your combat tonic slots will increase the meter substantially. To the point where you don't have to worry if you receive multiple penalties or if you only receive a C grade on your picture. You know, the only downside of it all is you won't have the combat tonics that upgrade your wrench or make your wrench more of a threat at your disposal, which kind of sucks.
Sounds like that should about do it. Head on back to Fontaine Fisheries when you're ready, would you kindly?
But speaking of penalties, let's discuss that. As you saw on the top right, it said penalty subject already photographed. If you take more than one photo of a subject that you've already photographed, your score will be lowered. So let's say the first picture you took, you got an A. If you take another picture after that on the same subject, you'll receive a B. As you'll see with this lead head splicer, the first picture I take of them is a B, then followed by a C, and then follow that later by not receiving a grade. If your score is too low, you won't the picture won't be taken, which in a way kind of sucks, but I guess it's meant to prevent you from grinding with the research camera. You know, because as you've no doubt seen thus far, we get some pretty stellar upgrades the more pictures we take. You know, the tonic I've received is proof of that already. You know.
The thought of me wife and child hiding in that filthy submarine makes me blood boil. Help me get them to safety and I'll be in your debt for life.
Atlas, you already owe us a life debt, considering the shit we're going through just to save your damn family. I mean, the weapons are nice and all, but... I mean, shit, man, I'm getting shot just for taking a picture. These people aren't photo savvy, let me tell you. But speaking of getting shot, another penalty you can receive when you are taking a picture is if you kill a subject and you decide to take their picture, your score will be automatically lowered because the subject is dead. You know, they need to be alive in order for you to receive a higher score. I mean, I guess they don't want you taking pictures of too many dead bodies in Rapture, which, you know, thank God for that, because that would feel very, very weird and disturbing. Not to say that, you know, the place we're in right now isn't weird and disturbing in its own right, but, you know, there's got to be a limit to the craziness that you experience in a game, you know? You can't just have it where it's crazy all the time, and, you know, too much of a good thing is not a good thing, is what I'm trying to say. By the way, I'd like to apologize if I've been sounding very monotone throughout these past couple of episodes. It's not that I'm trying to sound monotone, it's just the way my voice is. You know, I know I sound like SpongeBob with the suds, or an old man who's really, really tired, but that's just the way I sound, you know. It's actually kind of funny. One time I was on the phone with my mom, and she commented on my voice saying, like, "You sound like an old man on the phone. Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Ma, that's just my voice, you know. That's just the way I sound. I'm sorry, you know. It's just the way my balls have dropped, you know. I can't help it." No, I didn't say that to my mom, but I could have thought that. Not that that makes that any better. I'll stop right there. But after I heard my voice, after I recorded the first episode of the Let's Play, I immediately went to my mom and my friends, and I just said, you know, I'm very sorry that my voice is what you have to hear every time I speak up. You know, if I could change my voice to make it sound a lot less cringy, for lack of a better word, I totally would. But alas, I'm stuck with the vocal cords I have. So, guess you all have to deal with it, or you don't have to. You know, you don't have to watch the videos. You know, just know that it'll make me a very, very sad boy. I do put a lot of work into these. Not to say that others don't put a lot of work into their own videos, but I do try. I do try to entertain you all. But back there, you saw that we received another combat tonic, Static Discharge 2. Just a more powerful Static Discharge. So, replace it with the first one. Replace Static Discharge 2 with the first one, and bada bing, you've got a stronger electricity discharge. Electricity discharge. I meant you can discharge a stronger field of electricity. God, I can't speak today. Maybe it is the lack of sleep that's screwing with me. In fact, it could be the lack of sleep that's causing me to sound a lot more monotone than I already do. That certainly is a possibility. But in the Fighting McDonough's Tavern, there is a bunch of alcohol, so unless you don't really care about your Eve and you want to get piss-ass drunk, I'd say go for it, but if you do care about your Eve and your plasmids, and you don't want to get drunk, don't drink it, obviously. You know, being in a tavern and going cold turkey is the ultimate test. Not that I would know. But over here, we take our first picture of a nitro splicer. And what a picture! The C stands for close-up instead of cool. Well, our research bonus for taking a picture of a nitro splicer is whenever we kill a nitro splicer, there's a 15% chance that their grenade will be a dud. So there is a way to avoid that little trap that they lay after they die. Not that one. Obviously, that's our bonus failing us. But, yeah. These are the types of bonuses you can look forward to whenever you take a picture of certain splicers. By paying $5 to go to the bathroom, that's worth a revolution right there, man. Paying $5 to go to the bathroom. We see in one of those stalls that there are proximity mines. Unfortunately, we paid $5 for nothing. Well, technically $10 for nothing, because we are full on proximity mines. What do you think you need to eat in order to crap out proximity mines? Would it be spicy food? I don't know. I mean, I think I find it kind of funny if it's something that's not supposed to be spicy, and you just shit out a proximity mine. Clearly, whoever was up there hiding their beer didn't want anybody to find their beer. They were packing heat, man. Jeez. Overprotective much? I mean, then again, I'm kind of protective of my things too. Not willing to, you know, not willing to pump lead into people's chests with shotgun ammo, but, you know, never can be too careful. Considering that you have to pay $5 just to go to the bathroom, kind of understandable why somebody would hide their beer up there with some shotgun ammo, you know? Hey, I'll pay attention to you. Just stop throwing grenades at me, man. Jeez. All you have to do is just ask for my attention. You don't need to throw grenades. I'm curious what that action shot was. The nitro splicer didn't really do anything. He was just scrounging around in his box. Maybe for a smoke grenade? I don't know. Something to note, though, if you're diligent enough, you can complete your research of leadhead splicers as well as nitro splicers in Neptune's Bounty alone. Again, that's if you're diligent enough. But by hacking this keypad, we can enter this room. The code for that keypad is 5733, in case you haven't found the audio diary. We find one right here.
We saw our Masha today. We barely recognized her. That's her, Sam said. You're crazy, I told him. That thing? That is our Masha? But he was right. She was drawing blood out of a corpse by Fontaine Fisheries. And then when she was done, she walked off hand in hand with one of those awful golems. Masha!
Diane, my dear, I'm sorry, but I'll be late again tonight. Rosenberg is demanding to speak about this Fontaine business. I'm trying to build a proper financial market, and this idiot keeps going on about atom this, genetic modification, that. I'll go spend an hour pretending to pay attention to the poor fellow and be home as soon as I can. Andre.
Figured I'd let you all listen to those two audio diaries. But we found a new engineering tonic, short alarms, pretty much exactly what it is. If you get caught by a security camera, the alarm will be shortened. Pretty handy if you are a reckless player. But with that being said, next time on Bioshock, we'll be delivering Old Peachy his snappies of the spider splicers and making our way closer to Atlas's family. See you guys then.
I met Ryan the day me and the lads were installing the bathroom plumbing up in his Posh Park Avenue digs. Oi, says he, what's with all the brass fittings? General contractor had me down for the tip. Well, I says, I suppose it's the contractor then who'll be bailing out your loo once a fortnight, is it? If it's price you're worried about, I'll be picking up the brass, so not to worry, Squire. And why would you be doing that, says he? Well, Mr. Ryan, profit or not, no man bells water out of privies built by Bill McDonough. Next day I finds out I'm Ryan's new general contractor.
Rapture's changing, but Ryan can't see the wolves in the woods. This Fontaine fellow, he's a crook and a proper tea leaf, but he's got the atom, and that makes him the governor. He's sinking the profits back into bigger and better plasmids, building them Fontaine poorhouses, or like Fontaine recruiting centres. Before we know it, bloke's gonna have an army of splicers. And we're gonna have ourselves a whole heap of miseries.
I'm closing in on the whole ring. I'd pat myself on the back, but let's face it, these aren't exactly bloodthirsty desperados we're talking about. Rapture's full of poets, artists, and tennis players, not hired guerrillas. But this leader of theirs, this Fontaine, he seems to know his way around the grift. He keeps his nose clean, but not so clean that the right people don't know he's not to be trifled with.
Death penalty and Rapture. Council's in an uproar. Riots in the streets, they say. But this is the time for leadership. Action must be taken against the smugglers. Any contact with the surface exposes Rapture to the very parasites we fled from. A few stretched necks or a small price to pay for our deals.